Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah!
I hate sitting down and talking. But you know, we're talking about the movimiento, but the movement doesn't make sense if you talk about yourself. What makes you tick? What makes you tick? And I grew up on the west side. My parents were farm workers. I'm in the hood, not the east side, the original barrio. I used to hang around with clicas. My brothers were tough guys. Chacon, 7 brothers. Nobody fucked with us. Even the blacks. Now, you have influences. Your father's a farm worker. He was with the Raza, IWW, he was a socialist, a communist, everything. He taught me a lot. By the time I went to Lincoln Elementary, I went to high school at Edison at the 7th grade. You know what that means? You better be tough. So, it's time for me. I was ranked 11th in my class. Edison was the worst school there was. I'm going to Fresno State like going to Harvard in 1963. You understand? I'm already have an ideology. By my race, my class, by living in the hood. I hung around with some tough guys. Sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The quiet ones are the toughest guys around. Not the guys that talk a lot of shit. So, I'm ready. I go to Fresno State. Guess what? I almost flunked out. My other people that went with me from the west side, there were 8 of us, 6 flunked out. My first semester, 3 D's and 2 C's. I got 2 master's degrees from Stanford and a Ph.D. from Stanford. So I was and 2 C's, and then get all C's again, get 2 master's degree from Stanford and a Ph.D.
Yeah.
So then I work my ass off, I get all C's. I work my ass off again, I get 3 B's and 2 C's, and guess what? I learned the game of discipline. No more going out with girls like that. No more drinking and drinking and drinking. Study, discipline, and then I start getting A's. A's, A's, A's. And then, you see, the politicization is there. But the movement hasn't really taken off. We were reading Malcolm X and didn't understand what the hell he was saying. You understand? Hey, you know Malcolm, man. I said, I don't understand him. We understood after he died. Then you understood Malcolm. So here we are. What do we want to do? Let's start La Raza Studies. Yeah. Hey, but what's more important? Financial aid. Financial aid didn't treat us well, man. We pushed and got a Don Juarez. I was working in the fields going to Fresno State until I was 21 years old, man. He calls me in, Ramon, you don't have to work in the fields, man. Give me your father's IRS statement. He says you can work all the time on campus now, man. No more, your career as a farm worker is over. It's over. So you live in the hood. Every day you go to campus. That's another white world. And you go back, which is a real world, man. West Fresno? Chinatown never closes, man. 24 hours a day. Not like the hoes today, they all dressed up and look nice back there. You understand? Hey, so there I am. We got it. Raza Studies, we pushed for it. Vietnam War, man. That was big. They want my ass. Deferments, deferments. And they're going to get me. But some other things, the craziest thing I did was not financial aid, not posting with Chavez. The craziest thing, 2 things. Voter registration of Raza in Chinatown. Got the bars on Friday. They want me to do it. I said, this has to be a Friday. They said, Ramon, are you afraid? I said, hell no. I live about 5 blocks from there. I hang around Chinatown since I was 8 years old. So here we go. But I said it probably won't work. Because the vatos are going to say, yeah, I'll go for rich, but they're all drinking. And it didn't work. So, you know, there's other things that go beside you. But what shapes you is your life. That West Fresno's still in me. That's where I'm staying tonight. Zip code 93706.
Yeah.
On Mayor Street, by Frank H. Ball. That's where I stay every time I come to Fresno, because we still have that house and it's empty. I'm the only one staying. So girls, don't come over there, okay? I don't want to get distracted. Okay. Okay, but you see, my influences were people like Jorge. Jorge was my classmate. Jorge was my classmate. And we talked. Your mentors, and there's not many professors, man. They can mentor you. Hey, Lupe, what was her name? Lupe Valdez, right? Trujillo, okay. She was my classmate. Ellis Zaragoza was not that involved, but he was my classmate. This is where Rosa used to talk a lot with him. We had a real special group. I think 5 of us got PhDs, man, out of that group. It was a high percentage. What makes you so exceptional? But you come from Edison. There's 50 Chicanos at Fresno State in 1963-64, out of 7,500. I tell my students that day, you feel lonely? Yeah, nothing like that. And so, you know, I missed out on, I got married in 69, but I was in the reserve. I was supposed to go to Vietnam, I was high tech. In the reserves, high tech don't mean nothing today. But they never sent me. They said, when you're going to go in 2 months, don't get a job, don't do nothing. You're a college graduate, but that's okay, you know, you're going. Well, my brother got out of the DMZ, Korea. My other brother gets drafted. Then they get me. Then they get another one. So they never sent me. But they start drafting 19-year-olds that never went to college. You understand? That's why I didn't go. I come back, I teach with Jorge, Raza Studies. I'm 25 years old. I'm working on my master's at Fresno State. And I said to myself, self, talk to yourself. That's crazy, isn't it? I gotta get out of here because I want a PhD. And my father said, Ramon, aren't you finished? My father's a fun, but I thought you were finished. I told him, Papa, quiero encender universidad. He looked at me. ¿Quieres un doctorado? You want a PhD? Go! Go. That's when I went to Stanford. I got admitted at UCLA, Berkeley, Stanford, Indiana, too much snow, UC San Diego. I had my pick. I go to Stanford, I'm the only guy there. In history. You think it's lonely? You're like an experiment. And I meet into Felix Gutierrez, Bill Flores, who was here at Fresno State. Now he's a president of the University of Houston downtown campus. I used to know Bill. We worked together a lot on community things, farm worker stuff, Vietnam War, all that at Stanford. So your influence as a Chicano working for the movement here does not end. It continues, but you're more sophisticated now. I taught at Soledad State Prison and volunteered, and I taught 4 classes there. Frank Bonilla, the professor of political science, he says, I need someone to volunteer to teach at Soledad State Prison. Nobody volunteered. This is 1972. Nuestra familia and the Mexican mafia are together in the pen. Wow, I'll do it. I did it 3 more times. You know what it is to teach inmates? There's never absences. Always there. But that was a learning experience. And then I went to Mérida, Yucatan to do my field work. For 1 year and 8 months I lived in Mérida. Okay. Eating jaguars and rattlesnakes. That's how tough you are. So the movement has a lot of meaning. But to me, look, West Fresno is right here. We used to talk about that. Never forget where you came from.
Yeah.